probably recognise the name JAECOO from being on the roads in the past year. Well, now they're back, smaller than ever. This is the JAECOO 5, or J5 for short. It's the shorter sister of the JAECOO 7, and it's the latest luxury SUV that's coming out of China at a price point that could drive the competition out of town. So, can JAECOO persuade you to make the switch? All you got to do is listen to your heart.
Listen to your heart when he's calling for you. Listen to your heart. There's nothing else you can do. I don't know where you're going, and I don't know why. But listen to your heart.
Now JAECOO have kept this simple for you. You either get a 1.6 petrol engine or a 60.9 kilowatt-hour electric version. Now we have the petrol version, the Pure. It's the base model, and it comes in at £22,590. But put that into context, it's only £1,000 more than the top of the range Renault Clio. You will, however, have to shell out an additional £4,000 to grab the luxury version or the base EV. But the only difference in either of the petrol or the electric models is purely cosmetic. Well, she's a charmer, that's for sure. She continues the tough, bold look that you get from the J7. And it's got the jail bar effect for the front grille, with the JAECOO name sitting proudly in the middle. Off to either side, we've got a couple of nice accents just below the very sleek, slender JAECOO headlights. And if you actually step back for a minute and then look at the front, looks like it's got a big old hairy moustache. Down the side, there's not a lot to tell you, but you will notice that it's not got a lot of plastics on it. There is a plastic sill down the bottom. Everything else is colour matched. The mirror matches the doors. You've got a deep privacy glass here, which I do like in the back, which will be great for the kids. And you've got 18-inch alloy wheels, which very handily come with a high profile on the side, just in case there's a little curb bump. And finally, we come to the back, where we get a nice sporty spoiler at the top with the brake light, and housed underneath there you have got the rear wiper. I like that. They've almost hidden it away, but it definitely is there. The name JAECOO sits proudly across where the light bar should have been. And inside here, we've got a boot. 480 litres of boot space with the seats up. Put those seats down though, you get 1,180 litres. Front wheel drive with a max power of 147 PS, you're looking at 0 to 62 in 10.2 seconds and a max speed of 113 miles per hour. It also boasts a 7-speed dual clutch transmission, giving you that smooth, comfortable ride. Visibility in the J5 is really good, as you would expect. I like the JAECOO 7. You're in an SUV, you're elevated up, you're almost Range Rover-esque, but you're very much not Range Rover price. You've got a big window to look out, the aperture's big enough, the A-pillar's very narrow, doesn't take up your visibility. Substantial door mirror, and as you look out the back rear view mirror, it's not a tiny little letterbox you're looking out. Even with the sloping roof, JAECOO have given you a large rear window. The seats in the J5, although they may not look premium as you first glance at them, when you're sitting in them, you actually will feel like they're nice and premium. They're nice and comfortable, yet they give you good side support. They're also not electronically adjustable. In this day and age, that's something that you would expect from a car, but it's manual down the side. And I like that because it lets me get the fine detail of my seating position absolutely perfect. Link that into the synthetic steering wheel, and it's nice. It would have been nice if it was a heated steering wheel. It does feel a bit cold, but I also like the twin spar format that JAECOO have given us. So wind noise and road noise as I'm driving along, well, nice and low, reduced in both kind of counts actually. The wind noise is almost non-existent, and we're doing 65 miles per hour just now, and the road noise, no matter what kind of road surface we go on, it is quite subtle. You can hear it, you can also feel it, but it's not overpowering when you're in the car. It's also got adaptive cruise control, which I'm a huge fan of. Now, to get adaptive cruise control at a price point that comes with this car, it's pretty impressive. Does it feel premium? Well, yes it does, but it's a £23,000 car, so it doesn't come with the premium angles of attack that you might get with a Range Rover or something similar, but it's good to drive. What more could you want? So for handling, you would expect this car to handle better because it is a smaller car than the J7, and it was nice, it was quite taut, it handled the road well for being an SUV. And I got to say the J5 feels pretty similar, albeit the body roll feels a lot less in this car. Maybe that's with it being just generally smaller and shorter in size and stature. All good from JAECOO, and as we do the roundabout challenge here, good feedback and good grip. Right back up to the steering wheel, and your bottom in the seat. Cruising along the road at 70 miles per hour. So how does it fare compared to being at the low speeds that I've already done? Well, it was quite nice at low speed, it was manageable, everything happened well. At high speed, it's almost where it comes into its own. You can hit the cruise control, you can take one arm off and go into the comfy armrest next to you, and you can just watch the miles unfold ahead. High speed for me, definitely the winner. If I could ask for a couple of little improvements, or maybe just one improvement, I would like to have real physical buttons for getting into my heating option. Just so it's nice and easy, so you can almost do it without looking, you can have a little bit of a feel, because typically in the modern era, it's hidden away in the infotainment system. You've got to come off Apple CarPlay, you've got to find the home button, you've got to find the heating button, and then you've got to go through it. Now, if cameras are your thing for when you're parking a car, the J5 has you covered, because it's got a 540-degree panoramic camera system, which is pretty impressive, and it's most helpful when you go to the supermarket, because as cars get bigger, spaces don't. If you need to park that car at Asda or another supermarket that is available, you'll be able to do that with great ease on the big screen that we have here, because it gives you an above view, so you can see exactly how you get into that tight-knit space. JAECOO definitely have you covered here. Now, I've driven a lot of Chinese cars, and I've got to say, they are good. Don't believe the comments that you see maybe on other reviews saying they're only saying what they're getting told. It's not the case. I've got friends that have actually gone and bought these cars, whether it's in a Moda, whether it's a GWM, they're good, they're solid, and they go over speed humps really well. And MPG is something that gets talked about a lot in the JAECOO range. Now, this is 3 modes. It's got Eco, Normal and Sport. Now, we started in Eco mode, and we've kind of cycled through them just to see what they're all like. I'm now into normal mode. I gained MPG in sport mode when I finished on 35.3. I'm now at 36.2 miles per gallon as we try it in normal mode. So it's going up, and that's what people do like. If it's not range anxiety in an EV, they want to know what the MPG is like with a car with an engine. As part of the Chery Group, the JAECOO brand falls under the outdoorsy sporty bracket, hence the bold styling. But it's not just the exterior that strikes you. The interior is really high quality with more bang for your buck. Inside, they've done a great job of making it look and feel high end. Now, remember when I was driving, I said I do like the synthetic steering wheel. I love the 2 spokes, and it's comfortable for my hands. I don't touch any of the buttons when I'm actually driving. You've got 6 speakers in here as well. If you upgrade to the luxury, they turn into Sony speakers. And you've got Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which connect wirelessly to that enormous 13.2-inch infotainment screen, which really does dominate the centre console. Your driving cluster? Well, that's a letterbox one, and it's 8.8 inches, and it fits nicely into the strip that goes all the way across the dashboard into the passenger side. Couple of drinks holders here, you've got 2 USB options for charging underneath as well, and there's also 35 little ducats littered around the inside of this vehicle. I genuinely feel that the J5 is targeted at families, okay, because there's seriously good headroom in here, although the legroom is maybe a little bit compromised, so you're thinking of children being in the back. There's also no armrest, which is almost as bad as not having a light bar for me. However, the comfy seats that I talked about in the front come back to the back as well, so it's a nice place for you to sit. They've got fairly large door bins either side where you could quite easily fit a big bottle in, and there's one solitary USB-C charger down the bottom. Now, JAECOO are offering you a 7-year or 100,000 mile warranty, whichever comes first. And in the first 3 years, there's no mileage limit. And this car also sits in a very low insurance bracket, only 25. So if you're wondering where you can pick up a brand new or used J5, head over to your local Arnold Clark, where we make it easy. So what's the verdict? Would you switch to JAECOO? Well, if money's a big factor, I'd encourage you to buy the J5 because it's luxury on the inside and on the outside. But let me know in the comments below. Is JAECOO here to stay? I'm Duncan Vincent, and this is the Arnold Clark YouTube channel. Make sure you like and subscribe and hit that bell icon so you never miss an upload from us. And until next time, safe driving.